Zero, it's not just a number. It's a feeling. It's the knot in your stomach when your car makes a weird noise. It's the silent prayer you say before you swipe your card. I know that feeling because I lived it. But what if I told you there's a proven path from the anxiety of zero to the power of 5 figures? Not a gimmick, not a get-rich-quick scheme, but a playbook. The exact playbook I used to build my first $10,000 launchpad. $10,000 isn't just money. It's a psychological tipping point. It's the line between constantly playing defense and starting to play offense with your life. It's the moment you stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the architect of your future. But getting there can feel impossible without a map. In this video, we're going to draw that map together. We'll break down the journey into 4 critical milestones. If you feel stuck at zero and are ready for a real plan, watch this until the end, because your first step is closer than you think. The journey from zero doesn't start with a marathon. It starts with a single, crucial step: saving your first $1,000. This isn't your get-rich fund. This is your breathe easy fund. It's the money that stands between you and a high-interest credit card swipe when your tire goes flat. Its purpose is purely psychological, to prove to yourself that you can save money and to break the suffocating paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. For me, this was the hardest but most important part of the entire journey. To get there, you can't just trim your lattes. You need to perform financial surgery. This phase is about velocity, not sustainability. For 30 to 60 days, you must become ruthless. I started by auditing every single dollar I spent. I printed out my bank statements and, with a highlighter, marked every non-essential purchase. The results were sickening, but they were the truth. That truth became my fuel. I canceled subscriptions, stopped eating out entirely, and put a temporary freeze on all want categories. Simultaneously, I went on a cash offensive. I looked around my apartment, not at the things I owned, but at the cash they represented. Old electronics, clothes I hadn't worn in a year, books I'd already read. They all went on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. I sold over $400 worth of stuff I didn't even realize I had. I also picked up a couple of odd jobs on a Saturday, not for the long term, but for a short, intense burst of income with a singular goal: hit $1,000. This first milestone is a test of your resolve. It's where you fight back against your old habits with overwhelming force. Every dollar you save is a vote for your new life. Seeing that account balance climb from $17,000 to $100, then to $500, then finally crossing that 4-figure threshold is a feeling I'll never forget. It was more than money. It was the first taste of control. It was the first time in years I felt like I could finally take a full, deep breath. Once you hit this goal, this money gets a special job. It goes into a separate, high-yield savings account that you do not touch unless it's a true emergency. You have now purchased your freedom from minor financial panics. You've built a small wall between you and the chaos. This isn't the end of the war, but you've just won the first, most important battle. With your $1,000 Breathe Easy Fund in place, you now have a stable base of operations. The chaos of small emergencies is held at bay. Now, you can stop playing defense and launch your first major offensive. Your target: high-interest debt. I'm talking about credit cards, payday loans, and personal loans. Any debt with an interest rate above 7 to 8%. This debt is a parasite. It's actively working against you every single day, making it impossible to get ahead. You cannot build wealth while this enemy is still in your camp. The strategy here requires focus. You need to take all that financial intensity you used to save your first $1,000 and aim it like a laser at your debts. There are 2 primary battle plans: the avalanche and the snowball method. The avalanche method is mathematically optimal. You pay the minimums on all debts and throw every extra dollar at the debt with the highest interest rate. This saves you the most money in the long run. However, personal finance is not just about math. It's about behavior. I chose the snowball method, and I recommend it to anyone who feels overwhelmed. You list your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. You pay the minimums on everything, and you attack the smallest debt with ferocious intensity. Once that smallest debt is gone, you take the money you are paying on it and add it to the payment for the next smallest debt. The psychological win of completely eliminating a debt, of crossing it off your list forever, gives you a massive boost of motivation. This is exactly what I did. My first target was a $750 store credit card. I threw every spare dollar at it and paid it off in 3 months. The feeling of closing that account was euphoric. It gave me the momentum to attack the next debt, a $3,000 credit card. This snowball of payments gets bigger and bigger, and soon you feel like an unstoppable force. You are no longer just managing your debt, you are actively destroying it. During this phase, you are not focused on saving or investing more. Your debt is a financial emergency. Every dollar you put toward a 22% interest credit card is a guaranteed 22% return. You won't find that anywhere else. This is the Scorched Earth part of the playbook. It's about liberating your future income from the claims of your past. Each debt you kill is another shackle you break. Once your high-interest debts are gone, the silence is deafening. For the first time, your income is truly your own. The money that was once being siphoned off by interest payments now has a new mission: to build you a fortress. This is milestone number 3. And it's where you expand your $1,000 Breathe Easy Fund into a full 3 to 6 month emergency fund. This is the fund that makes you resilient. It's not just a wall against car repairs, it's a fortress against life's major upheavals, like a job loss or a medical issue. The mindset for this milestone is different. The frantic, surgical intensity of the first 2 phases is replaced by relentless, automated consistency. The goal now is to make saving your first and most important bill. You need to calculate your bare-bones monthly survival number, the absolute minimum you need for rent, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Multiply that number by 3. That is your new target, and it will likely be somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000. This becomes your primary savings goal. To achieve this, automation is your greatest ally. You should set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your high-yield savings account for the day after you get paid. You don't see the money, you don't debate what to do with it, it simply moves. You learn to live off the rest. This is the definition of paying yourself first. You are treating your future security with the same importance as your rent. This phase can feel like a grind. It doesn't have the quick wins of the Snowball Method or the frantic energy of saving the first $1,000. It's a slow, steady process of bricklaying. But with each transfer, you are building your fortress higher. With each month that passes, you feel a new level of security. A quiet confidence that is impossible to describe until you felt it. It's the freedom to know that if your boss becomes a tyrant, you have options. If your industry gets turned upside down, you have time. This fortress is what I call get lost money. It gives you the power to walk away from bad situations. It transforms your relationship with work from one of desperate dependence to one of professional choice. You are no longer just surviving, you are secure. This security is the bedrock upon which all future wealth is built. Do not skip this step. Do not get tempted by investments until your fortress is built and fully funded. As your emergency fund grows, you will inevitably cross the $10,000 threshold. This is the final milestone in our playbook, but it is the beginning of your real wealth-building journey. This moment is the culmination of all your hard work. You have gone from the anxiety of zero to the security of a fully funded emergency fund. The $10,000 itself is just a number, but what it represents is monumental. It is your launchpad. It is the point where you can finally, safely, begin to make your money work for you. With your fortress secure, let's say it's $8,000 for 3 months of expenses, any new dollar you save on top of that can now be deployed as an investor. That next $2,000 and every dollar after it has a new job: to grow. This is where you graduate from the hope phase to the wealth phase of your journey. You can now open a Roth IRA or a low-cost index fund account and begin the beautiful, magical process of harnessing compound interest. This transition is crucial. You must mentally separate your emergency fund, your fortress, from your investment funds, your army. Your fortress money stays safe and liquid in a high-yield savings account. It is your insurance policy. Your army money goes out into the market to fight for you, and you must be prepared for the volatility that comes with that. Because you have your fortress, you will never be forced to sell your investments at a bad time to cover an emergency. Crossing the $10,000 mark changes your identity. You are no longer just a saver. You are an investor. You start thinking not just in terms of your next paycheck, but in terms of decades. You see that every dollar you invest is an employee that never sleeps, never complains, and works to build your future. This is the ultimate mindset shift, and it is only possible because you did the hard, unglamorous work of the first 3 milestones. This playbook isn't just about reaching a number. It's a system for transforming your relationship with money. It takes you from a place of fear and scarcity to a place of control, security, and finally, abundance. The first $10,000 is the hardest money you will ever save, but it is also the most important. It's the foundation for your entire financial future. It's your proof that from zero, you can build anything. This 0 to 10K playbook is the exact path I took to reclaim my financial life. It's a journey of 4 distinct milestones: breathing room, freedom from debt, total security, and finally, the launchpad for true wealth. Each stage builds upon the last, transforming your mindset and your reality along the way. This is not a theory. It is a proven sequence of actions. The power of this playbook is its simplicity and its focus. You only ever have one primary mission at a time. This clarity is what allows you to make progress in the face of what feels like an insurmountable goal. You don't have to see the top of the staircase to take the first step. Just focus on the step directly in front of you. Your journey starts now, with the decision to save that first dollar. Forgive yourself for the past, and focus on the future you are now empowered to build. The path is clear, and the feeling of control that awaits you is worth every single sacrifice. You are capable of so much more than you currently believe. This plan is your proof. If this playbook gives you a sense of hope and clarity, then join our Hope to Wealth community by subscribing. We are all on this path together. In the comments below, declare your first mission. My goal is the $1,000 Breathe Easy Fund. Let's hold each other accountable and celebrate every single win. Remember, the goal isn't just to have $10,000. It's to become the kind of person who can build $10,000 from scratch. That person can achieve anything. Your journey from hope to wealth is no longer a dream. It is a plan. Now, it's time to execute. For more hard-won lessons on building a life of true freedom, don't miss the next video, which is waiting for you on screen right now. Remember, your future is built not by avoiding mistakes, but by learning from them. Let's get building.